Odin Sphere is a 2D action RPG developed by Vanillaware for the PS2. It's considered a cult classic and for good reason. Its gorgeous sprites, imaginative fantasy setting and great story sucks you in, making it one of the last great PS2 video games. The story, which borrows characters and themes from Norse mythology, is told from 5 protagonists with various backgrounds and agendas, who experience different events during the main storyline. Each character has different abilities and fighting styles, including a Valkyrie that can glide around the map, to a Shadow Warrior that increases his attack power by draining his stamina, leaving him vulnerable afterwards. The character sprites and Japanese style of the game may put casual players off, but if you're one of these people, then you've missed out on a memorable RPG experience. The story is told by Alice, a little girl reading the Odin Sphere books, each one from the viewpoint of one of the game's heroes. The story begins from the viewpoint of Gwendolyn, the Valkyrie and daughter of the demon lord Odin, fighting for his armies of Ragnarok in the war against the fairies, battling for control of the Crystallization Cauldron, a source of ultimate power in the Odin Sphere's universe. Odin wants the Cauldron to conquer surrounding nations and increase the might of Ragnarok, whilst the fairies wish to protect the world from the Cauldron's power and stop it from being used for war. Other factions and countries are present, including the lush forests of Elbit, the friendly Puka tribe who are trying to undo the curse put upon them, and the Volkion lava pits ruled by the powerful yet immature Infernal King Onyx. In each book you'll experience NPCs and other heroes from different perspectives. Characters' motivations slowly come to the surface, and enemies' agendas and true intentions slowly develop as each character arc is told. Before mentioning the gameplay, the most standard quality of Odin Sphere are the striking hand-drawn sprites that populate the story. From enemy goblins to huge roaring dragons, all the sprites are beautifully designed and look like video game artwork. Seeing them walk, jump and fly above the screen makes the visuals for this game one of the most unique for the PS2. Odin Sphere blends 2D side-scrolling with RPG elements to battle the hordes of evil, with a hint of alchemy using the items you collect from treasure chests and fallen enemies. Fighting combines hack and slash combat with magical abilities, both stemming from the ciphers, the rare and powerful weapons unique to each character. Ciphers gain their power from absorbing phosons, the life energy of all creatures, which is either dropped from dead enemies or by a byproduct of alchemy. More on that later. Each character is a different type of cipher, varying from swords to crossbows, meaning that each character's story arc offers something slightly new in combat. Not only that, but heroes' abilities and magic are also different. For such a simple combat system, Odin Sphere does a good job of keeping the action fresh until the very end, due to the unique traits of each character and the different tactics you have to use for each enemy type. You fight most bosses with each character, and it's surprising that even fighting the same boss for the 5th time, due to the hero's unique look and attack styles, they're still challenging and fun to battle. You have 2 areas that level up, your health points and cipher attack strength, the latter getting stronger with every phozon you absorb. Very simply, the more phozons you absorb, the stronger your weapon becomes, and the more magic abilities you learn from it. Your health leveling is more complex and interesting, where your health increases due to the types of food you eat. You get more food from either planting seeds and eating the fruit that drops off super fast growing trees and hedges, or from purchasing a variety of dishes from the friendly Puka village, as long as you have the ingredients and the correct kinds. Planting the seed will not make it grow, however. You need to feed the plant phozons for the fruit to ripen. The more phozons a seed needs, the greater value the fruit has to the player. Each fruit or food will increase your current hit points by a set amount, and give you experience which increases your maximum hit points when the XP bar is full. It may not sound interesting, but if you're struggling with a boss, hunting down ingredients, or amassing a collection of fruit and save your bacon, plus it's nice to see the delicious looking dishes you've earned. Anyway, onto the alchemy. It starts off confusing initially, but by the end of the first character arc, you will have mastered it. By combining alchemy items, ingredients 0 to 9, with cute walking vegetables you find in the dungeons, you can make a variety of health potions for battle that release poison gas clouds, increase your resistance to damage or heal you. That's a generalisation of the system, but it really is quite clever. Each alchemy process rolls you with phozons. By combining multiple ingredients, you can add a second digit, e.g. ingredient 21. Ingredient 21 will have the same effect as ingredient 1, but the phozon pair will be larger. As phozons are limited, you need to think strategically how to use them for health or attack strength. Using the alchemy system is satisfying and fun, as it enables you to increase both stats, plus it's so rewarding saving all your potions to get a rare 90 level ingredient with a massive phozon payout. That being said, as much as I enjoyed the gameplay, it doesn't really reinvent the wheel by any stretch of the imagination. Die-hard fans will no doubt replay Odin Sphere on hard mode, which will force you to be more efficient with your phozon use, and replay previous dungeons to up your stats. No, the highlight of the game is the story, which is part of Norse mythology. So I'm told at least. I have no idea of any references apart from Odin. Anyone who is interested in Norse may get a kick out of seeing its gods or other characters under different circumstances, like God of War. At the very least, it'd be more enjoyable than the horrendous butchery of a game that was too human. But like I said, I don't know enough about Norse mythology to make an educated comparison. But I digress. The story and how it is told is excellent. It really does get better the more you play. You start as Gwendolen, as I said, the daughter of Odin, who sees the war and the feared demon lord through a biased and coloured viewpoint. Despite the harsh and extreme actions of her father, she can't drop her need to please him and live up to his expectations. When Gwendolen's story concludes, you then experience the same characters and events from different viewpoints, all in the same timeline. Experiencing the story from different viewpoints is something rarely done in games, and I don't understand why. The 5 protagonists share rivalries, prejudices and even love interests with each other, each with their own backgrounds and agendas in the story. This means that you see the story for what it is, and the various players for the true character as opposed to the single-minded viewpoint that most video games, especially RPGs, have. On a side note, the music in this game is great. It would have to be as you experience the same dungeon and boss themes for each hero's story. Whilst the music is good, it's not as memorable as other RPG scores I've heard, but really the genre has set the bar pretty high for all the video game standards. Surprisingly, seeing as the voice acting was done originally in Japanese, the English voice acting is terrific. You relate to the characters in the subtle and high emotional scenes, without the drama of reaching unusual hilarity and annoyance that many similar titles have. The game will last you approximately 4 to 6 hours on each book, depending on your skill level and the difficulty you're playing on, meaning the overall experience will last you roughly 28 hours including the final 6th book. As I purchased the game for about £10, which is about $16, that's a damn bargain. Okay, my personal favourite part of Odin Sphere is the entire 6th book. Not a specific scene or fight, but it's very clever how they end the game. I won't spoil the ending, but it may spoil a few things in the story, so if you want to have a clean playthrough, end the video here. In each book there are heavy references to the end of the world. It has been predicted that the crystallization cauldron, a huge dragon and several hundred contributors will bring it about. 5 contributors to be precise. You can probably see where this is going. Each hero must fight one of the enemies, in the standard human with a sword against massive screen-filling monster climax that RPGs do so well. You, however, have to choose which hero fights each creature. If you get it wrong, then you don't get the real ending. I don't know why I love this so much. I guess it's because each encounter has a unique cutscene depending on the matchup you choose. Even if you choose wrong, you can fight the beast, drain his health bar, and rewarded by a bitter ending where the protagonist dies, or suffers an even worse fate. It may be personal preference, but as soon as I realised each character has a multiple ending, I had to try out every scenario to find out how it could end it. I guess it's a testament to the strength of the storytelling and the relationship between the characters. For example, you compare a hero with a monster that was once the love of her life, see the tragic end that you caused. Expect heartstrings to be pulled. I guess because it's hard to describe is the reason why I enjoyed it so much. I'm a big fan of climactic endings where all of good and evil's forces face off. I guess it was so unique because it's rare to get to see what could actually happen if you succeeded in these scenarios. A game over screen doesn't really fit it. I enjoyed the real ending. It was great and closed the story nicely, but I enjoyed the bad endings so much more, and I had to watch every single one of them. I don't know if it's because it's rare to see the triumph, or if I just prefer to see the sad endings because they bring out strong emotions than happy endings. Either way, it was a very special moment in the game and not one I'll forget in a long time. In closing, Odin Sphere is known as a cult classic and it deserves the title tenfold. If you see this on eBay or on any other retailer and you're unsure whether to buy it, trust me, just get it. It's a great game full stop. It won't alienate players new to RPGs and it is a great experience from beginning to end.